costs, incarceration, and the benefits to the person, the personal benefits that they would receive are insurmountable.
Great.
And really probably immeasurable for each person.
Okay. And so who would be the key stakeholders or players that would make this this goal work?
I'm thinking any agencies within the city of Moose Jaw and outlying areas too, not just exclusive to the city, but and service clubs, health sector, education, recreation obviously, and everybody working together and in collaboration for the same goal.
For sure. Thank you for your time, Marion.
You're very welcome, Jocelyn. It's a pleasure.
Hi.
Hi, I'm here with Sharon Gray from the YMCA, and we're asking her, in order for Moose Jaw to become the most active community in Saskatchewan, what do we need to pay attention to?
Well, I think we need to pay attention to promoting the idea that our neighborhoods and our parks are safe places for our children to go play freely and actively and experience that great feeling of being outside, enjoying the great outdoors.
For sure. So if we had the ultimate best world ever, what would that look like?
Well, it would look like people spending more time out and about in their communities and more children actively and freely engaged in physical activities of their choice in their neighborhoods.
For sure. So, but in reality, that's not really our situation. So what is getting in the way? Why aren't we having that perfect world?
Well, we feel that the reality is that, yes, there are some real safety issues and concerns that are compounded through the media. And the result is that people are often afraid to allow their children to explore their neighborhoods independently. But that's such an important part of development and child and growing up that we need to take away those fears.
For sure, for sure. So what are some new practices or ideas that we could use to have this happen?
Well, we thought some of our best new practices were some of our older practices where we had block parents. We also feel like if we all got to know our neighbors, maybe through block parties or just being friendly, but knowing each other and knowing who our children are, we also hoped that maybe we could tap into some volunteers, some high school students, or some parents who are willing to say, you know what, I'm going to be at the park every Monday night. I'm going to be there 5:30 to 7:30. You know, I'll make sure the kids are safe, and if they need to get to your home, I'll be there. I'll take them home, and maybe the next night, a couple nights later, another person's not too busy, and they'd be willing to do that for their community as well. And that just gives people that little assurance that the park is safe. You know, there's somebody there watching.
For sure, I'd love to see that happen. So who would need to be involved in order to make this work?
Well, there's a lot of things, or a lot of people that need to be involved, and of course the parents definitely need to be involved. I forgot to mention too, like one of the important things we need to do is teach our children some street safety tips. You know, it's not necessarily that, you know, just how to cross the street safely, so that you're not so worried, and that helps your child feel secure if they know what to do if they feel scared or threatened. But it involves a lot of people. It involves your community associations and your neighbors and your friends and just the people in your neighborhood, getting to know them, and hopefully some volunteers as well.
For sure. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
Just get out there and go play.
All right. Thank you, Sharon, for your input.
Okay, thanks.
You're ready to go.
In order for Moose Jaw to be more active city in Saskatchewan, we need to pay attention to the education of our community. It's about teaching people to have an urgency or importance, taking responsibility for creating healthy habits and healthy lifestyles. We can say that we're too busy, we don't have enough time, we're spending a lot of time on screen time, we're making excuses, we may be unaware of the importance of being active and living a healthy lifestyle. We may be uneducated, we may have financial restrictions, our resources, transportation, even our employment schedule could inhibit us from being physically active. But these are all competing priorities. We have to see it as an urgent priority. We have to put it at the top of the list. And when we put it at the top of the list, all those things will fall into place. We felt that it was too big of a battle to fight on our own. So we said that it has to be a collaboration of government, the 3 levels of government, our public health system, community programs, our YMCA programs, mental health, family services, our schools in Moose Jaw, our city planners for parks, in-motion committees, daycares, healthcare system plays a huge role in this. We all need to be under one umbrella. We all need to meet at the same table. And we all need to address the problem together, so it's not so big of a problem for each individual. It won't be such as a challenge if we all work together and we all go out, to try to make and educate people into seeing the urgency of this. So we have examples out there like the YMCA and the city planning with our facilities. We have In Motion, who's creating websites and commercials, and so we want to look at doing more of that. The education system doing In Motion in schools, and we want to make it bigger, we want to make it better, and we want to make it a habit, a lifestyle habit. We would like to use the social media to increase the education and the promotion. We know that kids are tuned into the net and Twitter and all those things, so we thought that was a good way of getting rid of the pamphlets and the door-to-door delivery and reach the children at an early age and the families. And we know lots of young families are also connected to the web, so we thought that would be a good place to start. And everybody going out and attacking this like our anti-smoking campaign that we had in the 70s, with the same reality that this is a life and death urgent issue that needs to be addressed, and we just plan on attacking it with urgency. Getting rid of the barriers. We know that this is going to be a long-term process. It's not going to happen overnight. We need 1-year plan, 2-year plans, 5-year plans, 20-year plans. So it's not something that's going to go away. I think we have a lot of devoted people. And our ideas, we didn't narrow down ideas to pinpoint what we were going to do, but I think if we all work together, that we will, it won't be so cumbersome for one group. So we think that's the key, collaboration. That's it.
In order for Moose Jaw to be the most active city in Saskatchewan, we need to pay more attention to promoting a cultural change in our community. To motivate a Moose Jaw culture where 100% of our people want to be physically active. So the situation right now, Jeff, what would you say our situation is right now?
I would say that physical activity isn't the easy choice right now, and we need to make, this is a 10, 20 year change, and this is behavior change, and it takes time. So that is our ultimate goal, is 100% of citizens in Moose Jaw to want to be physically active. So I think the message is out there what the benefits of physical activity are. It's just, I think, making it easier for people to be physically active.
And knowing that it takes everybody working together with respect and dignity, and acknowledging that we have differences between us, and supporting each other to become physically active. So some ideas, some best thinking of options that we have right now. Some of the options is knowing that we need to work together and to be inclusive, not intrusive, but to support each other, nudge each other to become physically active, and remembering that being physically active is fun, and it's fun to be fit. What are some other options that you know of, Jim?
Health is everyone's business, and it was really nice today to see we had the school divisions here, we had health, we had not-for-profit organizations, we had the police, we had the mayor. I think we had a really, really good cross-section of our community, and to make this change, it has to be a community change. And I believe it is from the ground up and the bottom down. So from you and I, the general citizens of Moose Jaw, to the decision makers, the mayor, council, the health board, school boards. This is going to take everyone in Moose Jaw to make this happen.
So we need everyone working together. Everyone's responsibility, everybody's business.
That's right.
And I guess one of the questions that we can ask ourselves as well when we're talking about physical activity and acknowledging that our generation, this next generation, may be the first generation to experience decline in lifespan because of lifestyle choices that we make, is asking ourselves, what legacy do we want to leave the next generation with?
And I guess I will close by saying, how can you put a price on health? I hear that as a barrier all the time, and I heard it today about accessibility, and I just think that this is so important. You really can't put a price on health. So I guess that's how I'd like to close.
So let's work together and have fun.